through those sessions. As well as any doubts, guys, if you have, you guys can please quickly ask us into the chat box. Anshu, let's stick towards the shell scripting topic now. C group and namespace right now we'll see in the Linux session. Any topic related to the shell scripting, if you have, you guys can please ask me into the chat box. Run CMD and entry point concept, we'll see it in the Docker session. Okay. And other than this, please raise the same here onto the Discord, so our team will help you with that. AWK command examples. Okay, let me quickly share my screen again. 1 second, please. And 1 second, I'm just sharing my screen back here. Okay, so somebody was asking about here related to the AWK command here. So let's say, guys, mostly we use this AWK command if we want to do something or like slicing here, or if you want to do something on towards the data, right? If we want to grab some particular data, some particular column, match the conditions and everything. So for that, we use AW command. Let's say we have this value, which is first is name, okay, and second is subject, and the third is the marks. Okay, I'm taking the example here. So three data, three columns we have into this. The let's say the name A here, or the first name A has the subject maths, okay, and he or she has scored around 78 marks. Okay. Again, we have B who has scored in science. So some data I'm just creating here randomly just to quickly explain you, and has scored 85 marks. Okay, and the third person, let's say, was C, has scored something in mathematics, and the score marks was 92. Okay. So now, guys, if you want to print all the data in the formatted way, so with the help of AWK command, I can use here. Okay, so I can tell AWK command here, AWK command, then I want to use a field separator. So I'm telling the field separator, whatever the field separator here is. So in our case, the field separator here was the comma. So I'm telling the my AWK command, my field separator is comma, and then I want to print it into a formatted way. So I'll tell this AWK command to print it. So AWK command will print what to print. So for $1, it will print the first field. So $1, I am just typing here $1. 1 second. So this was our data. I think I've just matched it. So I'm telling the value of the first column to get retrieved. Then I'm telling that I want to have a field separate. I want a new line. So I can tell with the help of backslash T symbol. Okay, so this it will insert a new tab, or it will keep the formatting. So I'm telling here backslash T, and then again I want to keep it formatted. So I'll tell it here to print the data of the dollar second column. So $2 I am telling here. If the second column or the second field will get printed, again I can add the backslash T here. So backslash T also I'm adding. It will give a new tab and then the third data. So it will print the data in the particularly formatted way. So if I see how the output it will send, so for the first and two, so it will print in this way, name, and then the tab separated subject here. And then if I tell A, it has scored 78 marks, B has scored 85 marks, and C has scored the 92 marks. So this is how it will be, we can be formatted. So first two columns I've taken here. You can take three columns also based on your data. Okay. And if you have a condition here, like if you want to find it, the let's say the name of the students who has scored more than 80 marks. Okay. So if you have this requirement, so we can tell this our AWK command here that our field separator again is the comma. Our field separator is comma, and then we want to retrieve some information. So we can tell that in the third column, in our third column, which is, so if you want to tell the represent the third column, so we have to use a dollar symbol, dollar third, which means in the third column, if the marks is greater than 80, so it should print around the names. Okay, let's say not name. If you don't want to print the names here, we want to print the don't want to print the marks here. We want to print the value of names who has scored more than 80 marks. Okay, so I can tell here that print the value of first column, which is with the help of dollar one symbol. Okay. So this will get printed and I can do type this into the inverted commas. Let me, yeah. So this comma has been started here, this block of code is here. So this is the condition. So if we will say this here, this if this command I'll type it here, so it will print the name of the students who has scored more than 80 marks. So in our case, it will give us the output of B and it will give us the output of C. So B and C are the two outputs they should give us over here. So this is how you can do it. Somebody was asking if you want to extract this. Uh, Average. Okay, so average if you want to find out. So with the AWK command itself, so if you want to check the average of some all the marks scored. So again, I'm telling my field separator is comma here. Okay. If let's say the first line I need to skip here, okay? So I want to calculate the average. So guys, so first we find the average of two numbers only, okay? If we have two values, then only we can find the average of it. If we have first value, then itself it is the average, okay? So first line, this if we have only this much data, we cannot find the average of it. If we have these two data over here, we can find the average of it, okay? So we have the two values, then only we can find the average. So for finding this, so we can tell the first line here. So I'll use nr keyword. So it will skip the first line. So it will skip the first line here, and then the formula of the average, which is I can tell the sum here. I'll tell to sum him. So I'll tell to plus the value of it, and then I'll tell the represent the column, which is the column number three. So I'll use the dollar symbol and tell three. I want to do the operations on the third column. Then what I'll tell to count it, and it will count, and then I'll use the increment here. So it will get incremented, and then I'll tell the either I can write with the end keyword that this is the average. Okay, so I can write here print keyword. I want to print, and then I want to tell average equal to. Okay, so I'm printing this value, and then the guys, we can tell how many data instead of the hard coding it. I'm making it dynamic. So I'll tell here. So sum. I'm just increasing this. Okay. I'll tell here to sum this, and the count. It will count if we have 10. So it will divide it by 10. Okay. So this is how it will tell us the average of it. So I think the comma inverted commas might be wrong. So please use the syntax, but the syntax error might be there. But yeah, so everything is correct into this. So this is how you can find the average with the of this particular column. Anything else, guys? Sayantan, in the chat box, I think I'm not able to get your entire message. If you can share the screenshot of it, that would be great. First, in the first command, it would be $3, not $2. Yep, it depends on this. We are not printing the marks here, Kunal. We are printing the value of names, which is the first column, and we are printing the subjects. We are not printing the marks. So it's this. And in the second one, if you're talking about this one, so in this command, we are using the average. We are checking the data in which has the greater number of values, which means somebody has scored more than 80 marks. So it will get count. So after talking about average, NRFL, what I can write here, which means I'm skipping the first line. Okay, so headline, if you want to skip, we can write NR. NR also kind of row number you can tell it over here. It's very pretty simple, guys. I'll repeat it again. So first data I'm skipping. So if this value is greater, then only this block of code will run. So first sum, I'm using this sum here. So it will add the marks in the third column for the sum here. If we have the third here, so $3, so it will add it here. So first one was 78, so it's greater than 2 is greater than 1. So then this block of code will run. If 1 is not equal to 1, so it will not run. Okay. So if 2 is greater than 1, the sum will get. So it will add the value to the first one. So let's say 78 plus 85 it will do for you. And then it will again run this block of code. Then we have 2. 2 is greater than 92. 92 will be added into the previous sum. And it is increasing over here. Once we reach the end, if we reach the end part, so what it will do, it will print us the average is equal to this. And for the average, we are using the sums. Count means we are using an increment operator here. So counts the number of students we have. Let's say we have three A, B, and C students. So it will count the number of students for us. And every time it is increasing the value of it. So this is how we are printing. In subject, why you print marks in the first column output. This one you are talking, Vidhan. My requirement was I want to just keep a formatting of this. So particular formatting I have done. So first column name, second column is subject, and backslash t we can remove from here if you want. So this is being tab separated. So I was retrieving the third column also. So this is it will run this one. So it will give you the output of this. My requirement was I want name and subject only. Any other guys you want to understand? Yes, Vedant, $2 represents subject. So in my requirement was I want name and subject only, which is tab separated. Senthil, I'll cross check it once again, okay? Ravi, no, we don't provide recording of this. It was supposed to attend live. Vedant, I repeat it again. My requirement here was I just want a tab separated values with the first two column I just want to retrieve. So here I have retrieved first column is name, second is subject. So first two columns I have retrieved here with the tab separated value. So I think you got confused here. If you have something else other than this, if you this is what you were asking, so please anything else you were asking, please type me into the chat box. Guys, don't get yeah, I got it. Okay, so it will print the maths here. Don't go for the output. I'm typing it over here. Yeah. So I hope the column name I've written the correct here. So I hope you understood the part. So yeah. Either I can change to $3 and I can do it from here. Okay. So subject name was written. So the first two columns only it was retrieving. Don't go to the data. I'm just typing in the tab, this notepad. I'm not running this command here. Guys, I hope everybody is able to see my screen. You can see Ashutosh, yes. Pratik, onto Discord, onto your Discord channel. This last one, Shravanta, I've already explained it. Again, I'll give you a quick revise of it. So first thing is, it will first row, it will skip because if we want to find the average of two numbers, so average of any of the number, we need at least the data of two. So if we have two, then only we can find the average. If we have less than one, so this block of code will not run. So that is the reason this NR we have written, though NR is a kind of number. The value of this second row is great. We have the number two here. So we are skipping the first row, and if we have the second value, which is two, two is greater than one. So it will do the addition of this two data, first one and the second one, and then it will give a increment unless and until the it reaches the last part. So counter is a kind of it is traversal. We are doing it over here till the last end of the data, and then in the end we are just printing here average, this average here, and then we are using sum. Sum is the variable which will score the value of first one a plus b plus c. Okay, and then we are using it divided by 3. Count of this data is 3, so it will print 3 here. So it will become divided by 3. So I hope you understood this part with this example. Okay, so guys, uh, let's move towards the learning part of this session. So over to you, Vimal sir.
Everyone to the next part of the seller scripting. So in the last class, guys, we was talking about regex part. That was very important concept, and not in the seller scripting world. Anywhere, if you want to do or manipulating the data, okay. So these are the exam areas you guys can go for regex. And the way I explained to you, core console of regex, multiple keyword I explained to you in the world of regex. But regex can be guys supported by multiple programming languages. Okay. Plus regex is also used by multiple Linux commands. Okay. One of the command that I told you in my last class uh, is SED. Sorry, not SED, AWK command I talked about, grep command I talked about. So if you see the manual of the grep command, okay, they say I'm the grep command, work on a file, okay, but what I want as a pattern. So they're not saying they need they need uh, the data or the word, right? So they say they need a pattern. And when I say the pattern, pattern means regex. So typically, mostly these command, any one command that we mostly see, they work on data. Okay, that mostly means they are talking about the pattern. Okay, so there's a one point to note. Okay, but But grep is not the only one command. If you go to manual of awk command also, so they also need pattern. If you go down, you can see in double slashes, you can write the pattern. Okay, pattern could be anything. It could be more complex. One the example I show you email ID in my last class, or maybe the IP addresses. So whenever you're looking for some pattern, then it could be complex. Complex means a lot of regex keyword you can write to create this. But mostly, guys, we use a lot the regex in analyzing the log. Okay, in the log, because log is one thing that we have to keep on monitoring. Okay, and I think we created one very interesting example in my last class. So any user who's login with the wrong password, so we can use some pattern or regex to keep on monitoring about that particular event or the log or the record. So these are the area we can use a lot about the mm, to analyzing the log. We can use the the what I can say, the regex. Okay. Otherwise, there were many more command. Okay. So because if you talk about the grep is more about filtering something. For example, we have this file. Okay. So ls command is to list. So whenever you're looking for any file is exist or not, we can use ls command. If the file exists, they'll show you the name, same name. But if I write something file name that is not exist, they will give the error. And when they say error, I can say they give the exit code, something else. But if the file exists, they give you zero code. So why is so important? Because maybe sometime when you create a script, when you create a script, before you do something on the file, you can first check file exists or not. You can write this concept with the if keyword. If file exists, if there is a zero, then we'll do something. Otherwise, we'll do something else. For example, I can say if I would test test with the ls command, this file exists or not. And to run this command, you can write a back code. Okay, so if the file exists, they will give exit code 0. Then I can say echo okay, means file exists. Otherwise, I say not echo. And if I so you can see here, not gonna come up. Okay, why this error come up here? It should not be. Okay, but get this error is because um, to run this command we need some extra power with the back code. Okay, so let's go permission denied. So anyone who know the sudo concept that you can apply, but but what is this challenge to be check what I am doing right now. I'm doing this concept in a little bit different way. A little bit different way. So I'll check this command. Okay, and if the exit code of my last command is equals to 0, is equals to 0, then 1 minute, let me rerun again. If it equals to 0, then we say okay, else not okay. If I, so now you can see is proper output gonna come up, right? But last time you can see this permission denied to run this command. Why this challenge gonna come up? Okay, how to overcome. So we have some discussion on subshells concepts and the subshells restriction concepts. So we will see in the upcoming discussion. Then you come to know why this is not working and how to overcome also. So we'll see. But yeah, other way would be in this way. So when I run this command, they update this variable if it's equal to 0, and because doing the comparison between numbers, we use EQ, NQ, those keywords, and accordingly we take the decision. If file exists, then do something, otherwise we don't do something. So this kind of a thing we can do. But let's say this file exists, and because this file exists, so I want to do some analysis on this file. Okay, one thing that I show you already, I'll take this file from the cat command and I'll search all the user whose name starts with the user. Okay, and because user is a name who come in this line, maybe somewhere also the comma, because grab command I'm going to use, they can use pattern. So when they find user as a pattern anywhere, they can grab it. But my plan is I'm only looking for the user whose name start with user and the start of the line. So this command I will take with a grab and say find user, but the condition is it should be start of the line. So they only pick those user who username start any name, but they start with the user as a start of the line. And in the past W file, we know we know, okay, that the first word or first field in this file is the username. So based on this knowledge and based on our requirement, we only filtering with the grep command the user that is that is start with user. Okay, but after this, maybe you have a requirement any user that is start with these guys. Now what I'm looking for could be anything because you know the last field in this user is shell name, and that's called bash in this case. It means if the user login, after login this user will be given the bash shell. Bash shell. But if a requirement, if you want to change the shell, okay, so I'm not looking for bash shell. I'm looking for someone else, some other shell, let's say ss shell or c shell. Okay, so whenever you have requirement to search something, you can use grab to filter the line. But this line is string. In the string you want to cut some of the part, okay, then you can use cut command. But if a requirement you want to first filter, then you want to cut some column, then awk command could be used. But none of this command guys help us to change the data. To change the data. So if you're looking for uh, for changing the data for XYZ region, okay, so I want to change this shell name from bash to sh. So whenever you want any of your stream or string or sequence you want to change or edit, then we SED command we have. And SED is guys one of the command who can take the input. So that's the reason we can write after a pipe. So this command output, when this output go to SED command. Okay, and SED command we can write multiple things. So there's multiple internal special character of SED, and to run the special character in the command line. Okay, because shell also have their own special character, so we always write single quote so that any special character what SED need we can write here without conflicting with the shell. And I say SED command, what you can do. So I'm telling the SED command I'm going to give you multiple string. This S is a keyword here. Okay, then what to do in this every string. Okay, so I give one line equal to one string. Every string you're looking and search for the bash. So I said I'm looking for the bash first. Again, they search. And if they find the bash, they replace the bash with some other character. So this is a pattern actually. So they're looking for the bash pattern, and wherever they find this pattern, they will replace with new word. And whatever one to give, you can give. And then close. Okay. So guys, this is syntax of SED. In SED, we write 3 forward slashes. In first forward slash block, we write the pattern, what I'm looking for. Okay. And then whenever they find this pattern, Okay, replace this pattern with the word called SS. You can see the change. So anything you want to edit, edit as a data, then you can use STD. But again, STD is looking for the bash pattern and they search per line. So in this line where they find bash, they find it. But there's a possibility, this is because the pattern. So maybe this pattern will be available somewhere here. They also change. But I can tell this guy, I'm looking for the bash because I know in this file, the last field is the one who contains the shell name and the last word of the line contains the cell name. So I'm looking for only for those bash that is the end of the line. So here we can use regex again. So only bash that you will replace that come with the end of the line. Okay. So same thing will gonna come up here. So they replace successfully. Okay. Now this data you want to use where and how, that will be your choice. But one more thing I want to tell you guys here is, okay, STD command only work on data given to the STD, and this data is given by grep command. Grep command. So uh, cat will read this file, they give to grep command, grep will read this data, give to STD command, and what are output given by the grep, STD replace. So what I'm trying to tell you, this information is only come in the screen as just to show you, okay, but it won't update your main file. Okay, so main file is still the same. You can see these user have a bash still, so it does not update your file. Why? Because we read the file already. Now remaining part done by the command, and other command is doing technically on the RAM or on your console on the terminal. So in this case, STD command is what are they doing? They're doing on the data on the RAM, come from the grab, and they update on the screen, right? Do not update in the main file. We can update. There's a different way, but this is what I want to tell you. And now this data, if you want to do something else, maybe after this data you want to count the number of lines, or maybe this data I want to store in some file, let's say new past new p.txt. So this output stored in this file new p.txt. That's what we know already. So this information we can use somewhere, wherever you want to use. So in the example, you know what we did? We go to this file and get the data. So this concept is known as extract. So we extract the data. Okay. After we extract the data, okay, we use multiple pipes here. We filter, then do some edit. That's called transform. So we transform the data. Okay. And after transport, the final output I store somewhere in the file. So this output could be a report or something else, and this data we will give to someone. Okay, that's called load. So guys, normally in the world of data analysis, data processing, ETL is one of the concepts we use a lot. Extract, transform, and load. We get data from somewhere. It could be network, okay, or it could be a file. Then we do something on data, search, then edit and change, convert. It's called transform, and then we'll store finally somewhere. It's called load. Now it is your choice. Okay, whenever you want to extract the data or read the data, access the data, you want to access from the file. Mostly we read from the file, but you can take the data from the network also. From the network also. How? There's a multiple way. Okay, one of the way is something like this. So when I say network, I mean to say you have one computer, there obviously one more computer, there's a reason network gonna come in place. So let's say the computer A and there's a computer B. And if computer B want to send data to A, obviously we need a connectivity that's called network. And to tell B where is A, we use IP addresses. So we have AIP and we have BIP. So let's say in my case, there's a computer is running with Red Hat in my case, Red Hat 9 or whatever the version would be. So this is my VM running with the Red Hat 9. Okay. And let's say in my case, my computer B is Windows. Okay. And Windows want to send the data to Red Hat, or this could be different laptop also. This could be one instance running in the cloud, wherever you have. If you have a network connectivity, in my case, I have it. So if I go to my my base system, this is my network card, this is my IP address. And if I go to my Windows by open Windows command prompt, and I try to ping from my Windows to my Linux, so we have a connectivity. Okay, so wherever you have the connectivity, so this system, let's say B, if they want to send a data, they can send data over the network to the A. Okay, means A can extract the data using network. But in the networking world, there's two prerequisites. One, this system should have IP address, obviously network connectivity. Second, whenever you want to get any data, you need to run a program. This is called process. But this program has a capability to get the data over the network. For example, cat is a command who has capability to read the data from the file. So this command has a different capability to read only from the file. Similarly, we have to run one more program that has a capability to read the data over the network. Okay, so there's a lot of programs available in the market who have a capability to read the data over the network. Those programs mostly known as server programs. Okay, like web server, mail server, and so on. Okay, but one program we can launch by ourselves. So we can launch one program here that has a capability to read the data over the network. So that program name is called NC. This is called Netcat. Okay, so the one program we can run. But one more thing we need, guys, here in the world of networking, if you run any program that is capable to get the data, okay, so B should know which program they want to send the data, because in IPA there could be multiple programs. So the B system that is called source, who is sending the data, should know where to send. This is called destination. They should know the IP address. Okay. And second thing, in my case, the IP address is 192.168.1.20. Second thing is B should know the program name. But technically, they does not know the program name because program is a process run inside the A. So B never know the program name. But every program we have to give a number that's called port number. So program A launch a program with the port number, and this port number they have to tell to B that this is my port number. So how it work? Let me show you. So let's say this A computer, I'm running a program with NC, is netcat, and I'm giving this program a port number. You can give any port number that's free in your current computer. So right now in my current computer, if you run the command called nested -1 TNLP, this will tell you which all port has been used here. So in this case, I don't have 1, 2, 3, 4 is used by any program. So I can give the free port. And port range is from 10 to 65,535, means 2 bytes. Okay. And to start this port, the port, what they do, they will listen any data coming from the network. So L is a keyword. That's all. So the program has been started. Now this system, we have enabled with one port. Again, you run this command, you can see this one more port has been started by a program called NC. NC. Anyone who is connected to this computer, they can send the data. How? So let's say this is Windows, because Windows is connected. So from the Windows, I can send data to this IP. So let's say this is a B computer and the Windows. I am going to connect to A computer, is called my system. And in Windows, we can use some program that has a capability to send the data. Again, there's a lot of programs available in the market who have a capability to send the data over the network. One could be NC also you can use, and one could be guys Telnet. So Telnet is very famous program. Okay, and one of the use of this program, those who know Telnet, to do remote login if the system is Telnet server. Otherwise, Telnet program has one more capability that if this B computer want to connect to A computer on some port number and want to send the data, they can send. It's like this is multiple programs available. Those who want to send the data, this is called source computer. Okay, mostly NC command is not available in Windows. Otherwise, you can find the NC command for the Windows, download from the internet. Let me check, does I have it or not? NC. So I don't have the NC command. Otherwise, this command is not available by chance, but you can download from the internet. Telnet command is mostly available. Yeah, it is available. So one minute. Control plus. There's a way. So I forgot the shortcut here. This character we use control. It's this one, well, to exit from one minute. Let me exit from here. Okay, so we have a telnet. We can use the telnet. Okay, so what we can do? I can say telnet. I'm in Windows. I would like to connect to this guy. 20. Okay, this guy. Okay, and then after telnet, we have to give a port number. The port number is 1234. So your source computer, okay, to tell the telnet program that you're going to connect to this IP address, and then there will be a lot of programs running, but you have to connect to a program that has a port number, let's say in this case 1234, because that's what I started here. Okay, so when I hit enter, so they are connecting and connecting. Mostly they connect very quickly, but if they are taking a lot of time to connect, one of the reason is they are not connecting very quickly because the system what I'm connecting here, either you don't have a network connectivity that I have by check with the ping command, or other challenge could be mostly guys Red Hat Linux come with the firewall enabled. Means anyone try to go in, there's a security called firewall, they are not allowing to go in. That could be one of the reasons. So it's not connect. Okay, so for this, what you can do, go to Red Hat, and there's a program called systemctl stop firewall D. Firewall D. So this is a program will stop the firewall for a minute. Okay. Obviously, stopping firewall is not good practice. We can create rule, but I don't want to go for firewall discussion here. So I quickly stop the firewall. Okay. And now if again connects here, very quickly they connect. Nothing is visible because none of the transaction happening. But now this is Windows, guys. And now from Windows, if I write anything, let's say hi, it is not visible. But if I hit enter, okay, you can see hi reach here. Fantastic, right? If I write say hello from here, so this data from Linux will go to Windows, will be visible here. If I write check, enter will be visible here. If I say Joe, it will be here. So more like we have done chatting program. It more look like now we can, without using any messenger, technically we are doing chat. So technically, if you want to create chat program, you can you can do so. Okay, you can do so. And to come out from that connection, you can use control square bracket. Control square bracket you can press from your keyboard. then this is can come up. You can press Q to quit after this, and this also been closed. So technically, what we have done here, okay, we are now reading the data or extracting data over the internet, over the network. Okay, how? With some program. One of the program could be NC, but otherwise you can create your own program. Those who know network programming or socket programming, so those who are part of my Python training, so their classes will discuss how to create your own network socket programming to create program something like this to do many more things. Okay, but NC is one good command. This connect get available in Linux. If this command is not available, you can use yum install command to install it. If this software is not available, so you can install it. If it, in my case, it is, but otherwise you can install it. Okay, so this one thing. Now the point is, in each of ETL, extract, transform, and load, we are extracting data with the help of NC. Therefore, transform, we can use pipe, and whatever you want to do, you can do. And then we can use one more pipe, okay, to load. Or we can use this symbol to load the data in somewhere. It means, it means, let's say we have a requirement that we are collecting the data over the network. Okay, but the challenge is whatever we are collecting, okay, we are only collecting data that does not contain some sensitive information. Sometimes someone sends some malicious or porn or pornography kind of data, or some vulnerable data, I can say. Okay, so I want to filter this. So you can use grep again to write the pattern for this. And the grep, you guys know, for example, I'm looking for virus. So and it has come from NC command. Right now they are printing on the screen. Without printing, now what I'm doing, I'm sending this data to grep command. Okay, and grep command, whatever you write, they will filter, and that will data will be used. But you want to reverse the operation in the grep command. I told you V is option here to reverse. It means any data come to NC, they send to grep, and grep will use all the lines. Only one that is contain virus, they remove the line. They won't use. For example, when I hit enter, now let me again to telnet. I say something. It is visible here. I am typing my name. It is visible here. Okay, but this guy is sending something. Let's say hi. It is visible here. But if guys, this is virus, somewhere they write virus in a string as a pattern. Okay, this line is not visible here. The graph is only filtering all the lines that is not a virus. So what we're doing, we are filtering. And here guys, you can add all the complete pattern matching. Whatever we are taught to you. Maybe I can add pipe also. Means or. Somebody say virus or or let's say hack, any wrong word. And because of, again guys, in the command line, pipe has a different meaning. Pipe is pipe. But in the grep, this pipe means or as a regex. So for this, you have to use single quote. So let's use a single quote. Now, if I say something, sorry, this program is not running. So they come up. If I something, this is gonna come up. But if somebody write anything that has somewhere a hack as a as a pattern, okay, because I didn't write hack format. So somewhere as a pattern, they want to show you, they are showing you why so. It should not be. They're showing you format. Maybe single quote does not allowing here. Let me check the virus also. Okay, it means the single quote is not working. This should work mostly. Let me use double quote. Okay, single quote, guys, will not work in this case. It is because, guys, command to command, grep command, whatever write here, they treat this guy as a pattern, okay, or as a string, and we put the string in single quote, then they feel this is also the character, because single quote make everything as a character. Okay, so that is the reason. So they're looking, they think virus pipe hack is one single pattern. But SCD command, AW command, okay, if you write the single code there, so what you write inside this, they will treat their internal some syntax. Again, command to command thing will vary. So in the grep command, you do use double quote. Okay, so whatever you type here, they will be posted when anyone first client will connect. Whatever I write here, we posted here. If I write somewhere hack, still it's not working. I don't know why. Okay, why it is not working? It should work, right? This is a pipe, or it should work. Mm-mm. Challenge would be, let me use backcode. It should work. Maybe grab command might not understand, because guys, in the pattern matching, in the pattern matching, uh, uh, 1 minute, in the pattern matching, guys, not every keyword support all the regex operations. There's a possibility, I told you in my last class also. So maybe grab command does not support pipe. There's a possibility. Okay, and because gap has multiple versions, some of the version might not support. There's also possibility. Okay, so 1 minute. Let me check one more time. Yeah, this is now working. Okay, let me check one more thing. Uh, I'm putting my name. It is coming up. Nice. I'm putting something else. There's also coming here. I'm putting virus somewhere. It is not coming now. It is working. I think this because they grab treat this is a pipe. Okay, but for us it is not pipe, or grab treat this guy as a normal character. So this is also not the normal character. So any special character, if you want to make it normal, you use backslash. Similarly, any normal character, if you want to make it special, there is some meaning. In this case, this pipe has a meaning in the string called or in regex. Then also use backslash. So backslash will work in both the cases. Both the cases. So that is a one quick check we have done. Okay, otherwise we can do in other way also. We can write grab v 2 times. That's also one of the solution, but I just wanted to use with with the regex here. So there's a lot of areas, guys, we can use the regex, and this is a good tool we can use. This good tool we can use to collect the data from multiple sources, and then filter this data, and after filter store this data, store the data in some file, let's say network.txt file. Okay, now anyone who connected to you, okay, keep on sending a data to you. You also send the data if they want to send, but but whatever you send, they receive. But any data that is a virus, that is a hack, it does not be stored into this files here. So I don't know, hack should not be stored. Okay, but virus does not come up. Maybe you have to check the syntax. Let me use it in different way. Different way, so this will work here. So I can say grab, just you will find the virus. Okay, and virus come up, don't filter. Then do one more time with hack. Okay, that should work. I think so. I tested. I don't know this time why, but that should work. And then finally store in this file. So multiple way we can do one thing. There's no single solution to achieve one thing. Okay, so let me connect. This will reach there. This guy also send the data. I send this. Send the name with hack, with virus, something buy, close, something, and now I can see now it's my filter. So we are collecting data of multiple source. Now it is your choice after collecting the data. Okay, you want to filter, then you want to store in the file, or after filter you want to edit this data with sed to some changes or transform, then save in the file. Okay, save in the file. And one more interesting thing we can do, guys. Okay, after we do all the changes, this data we can again send back to some other computers. So we can use chain of computers. for example this is my Windows. This guy is sending a data to my this Linux VM. Okay, on the port number 1234. The system is collecting data and doing a lot of transform, a lot of editing, a lot of change, and the final output is they're sending to some other computer running somewhere in the cloud, whether VM, maybe in the container, if you know. Okay, so this Windows, let's say I'm running Windows with IP1, for example. This is a system having IP20, this system maybe having 30, for example. So in 30 computer also we can start on one port, let's say 2222 port. Okay, so Windows will send the data to this port. This port will do some transformation, and then after final output will send this data to this guy on different IP address, different system. Obviously, they should have connectivity network everywhere. And this guy will take this data and do some more things, maybe mail, maybe store in the file, whatever they want to do, or they store in the databases, they can do so. Okay, so that's can also be done. Okay, so how can we do so? So right now I don't have multiple three computers with me. Okay, so for this demo, what I'm doing, I am using my system from where the data start is Windows. Second system I use IP20 is my Red Hat Linux that I have. I'll start this port. And third system, guys, you can use other VM or the cloud computers, or I'm using containers here. So container, guys, is one of the way to launch the OS, and I'm using Docker program to launch the container. So for this demo, you don't need to use container. You can use other VMs also if you want to perform this demo. But in my case, I'm using container. And so what I'm doing here, I'm using Docker program to pull some image. Let's say I'm pulling image of Red Hat. Okay, UBI version 8 or 9. So this is an image of the Docker. Docker is one of the technology that will help us to launch the OS. OS, that's what I'm using here. So it is taking some time. Or maybe I might have these images with me already. I have already UBI 8. And now from the Docker, I am going to launch a container from Red Hat slash UBI. It's just a name of the image or the OS. New container launch. Okay, this container will have some IP address. You can use IPADDR command to check. This command is not available, but they should have some IP address. One thing I'm looking for the NC command to start the port. NC command they don't have, so let me install with the yum command. If the yum command work here, I think my base system does not have an internet connectivity, I believe. That's the reason it's taking some time. Yeah, I don't have an internet connectivity to my base system. That is an it is not working. So 1 minute, please. I'll go to my base system. Let me check my settings to network. And it should work actually. It should work. Bridge adapter. But let me for a minute to change to net. And okay, this is my VM. And we're going to change something in network connections. So let me stop my network and again connect. Okay, so maybe they will give a connectivity. Yeah, now it is working fine. So let me redo this. So I just need NC command. You can use other way also, but NC is a quick command to do the things very quickly. What I'm looking for at this point in time. By the meantime, let me try some other images also. I have Docker run IT. I have one more image called Ubuntu operating system with 1404 image I have with me. Okay, this system has some IP address, different computers become, different OSs become, and I'm looking for NC command. But yeah, this system has NC command, so nice. So let's forget this. I won't get this. Okay, let's forget this. So, so this is system having IP address 3. So according to our demonstration, okay, the system that I'm going to use that is having IP 3. Now, it does not matter they are running the cloud or container, VM, local, bare metal, does not matter. The thing only matter is you should have network connectivity between, let's say, the C computer, there's a B computer, and this A computer. So B and C should have a connectivity that they have. Okay, so in the C computer that is contained in my case, I'm going to use the NC command with L option, and let me use the port number, let's say 222. And ask this guy, whatever data you receive, store in a file as a db.txt. So that are doing in some container, some other OS. But in my system number B, that's called Reddit 9 in my case. Okay, I'll use NC command again to start a port number 1234 and say whatever you're getting, you have to grab, remove the virus as a pattern, and then this output after filtering, you have to send your B computer, you have to send to C computer. Again, to send, we use NC command. Then you write the IP address of the C computer or next computer, and this computer which port number 2222. Okay, so in the B computer port number 123 start. Now I go to my Windows. Okay, and in Windows I use telnet. Okay, uh, guys, this will come up because I changed my port to netting in my VM. If you change in VirtualBox net, okay, then this connectivity won't work. Okay, so let me do one thing. Well, let me do another way. So let's say this is the third computer. Okay, third computer. Okay, and from here, if they have telnet command, here they have it. Nice. So telnet, I'll go to this IP. So let's say this. Let's say I'm sitting in my Windows. So in Windows, I'm connecting to IP20 to the port number 1234. So let's say this is Windows. Sorry, the IP actually changed actually. My IP changed, guys. This is not the IP. This is the IP actually. Okay. So I changed my network settings. My IP change. Now it is working. So let's say this is Windows 8 computer. you are connecting to B computer here. This is B, okay, and I'm doing this is Vimal. How are you? This is virus. By now, whatever guys I am sending line by line, this guy is sending to this program. First line, they're sending this guy. They don't see virus. They send to this guy. This is what here, and this is storing in the file. Okay, but when they have a line virus, they don't send. And now let me do stop with control square bracket quit. This program is stop, and because this program is connected to this program, so this program also stop. And this program connected to this program also stop. And if you see this file, see a fantastic effect. That data gonna come up with a stream of different network here and there. And the central computer is responsible for filtering the data, doing some operation on the data. After the filter, then they send to other guys. So it's very cool demonstration, guys. Because for these purposes, in the market, we have a lot of tools available from third-party company and open source companies. Okay, one tool is collecting the data from these guys, then sending to some central computer. This system is doing transformation, many things also. They send other computer. This system is storing data file in some database on some file. Okay, so a lot of tool available in the market for doing this operation to multiple machines. But here, in my case, without using any tool, we can achieve this. Okay. So guys, can you hold for a second? So guys, this is a whole idea. So the topic is not only NC, just wanted to introduce some more interesting concepts. Okay. But but I just want to explain this concept also that we can use pattern. And right now I'm doing everything in the command line because whatever I'm doing in the command line, okay, this could be and can be done by it is in the script, right? Put in the file in the script, they can do many things. We can conditions here, we can loop here. Loop is keep on reading something, and many things we can do. Whatever we can add. Okay, so these are some quick some quick example. One more quick example. If I write here, instead of grab command, we can do something like this also. I want to see the entire data. I don't want to filter anything. But instead of virus, okay, I use SED command and say, wherever you see any virus as a pattern, okay, so take the entire line, but when you see virus as a pattern, replace with, let's say, hash SS or star star star. Okay, so sometimes it's very useful. It is not only for virus, guys. Sometimes, when you store data, company normally have a compliances. Any data you collecting from the company, if they find mobile number or some internal CVV number or credit card number, so STD command is looking for the pattern, what a pattern IP address have or mobile number has, and before they send to somewhere else, store in the file, they will replace with star 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 or hash hash hash, any character you want to replace. Technique is a concept of hiding. That's also you can do. For example, let me run this program again. I want to store here, and this program is first doing stream editing, and we are again connecting. So this is Vimal. I am sending virus to you. Bye. Take care. Okay. This program close. They are sending to this guy. This guy is sending this guy, And this file you can see, fantastic, right? So this is what mostly you see, right? So rather than filtering the entire line, okay, what is sensitive information, you just want to reveal or you want to hide, okay, because this is very common. We have a very important data coming from somewhere, and these are my different teams sitting in some other computers, and these guys' duty is to analyze the data. But this is my data analysis team. I don't want to give my data analysis team the sensitive data to work on. Okay, so we can do masking. This called data masking concept. And believe me, guys, there's a lot of tool available in the market for data masking. But without using this tool, we have done our own data masking concepts. So we search for data masking. Okay, so there's a lot of tools available, guys, from Salesforce to Snowflake to the Databricks, and many tool available in the market. In the world of ETL, if they want to do data masking, okay, if you are just tool list, so a lot of tool from different company is available. So one of the great tool is called Delphix. I worked a lot, given a lot of company uh, consulting on this tool, other also. So very limited guys who know Delphix in the market. I am the one. So if you see, this tool is very powerful tool used by almost all the top companies in the world. Delphix as a tool, okay, but this is a tool pre-created by some company, by company, but without using this tool, because this comes with high license and cost, you have some specific requirement. If you know the scripting, then you can also create your own data masking concept. So this is also one good use case we have created here. So understand, guys, I am teaching you cell scripting with a very different angle, and I think this is the right angle to learn. Because learning only grab command, SAD command, for loop, while loop, array, in some characters of the cell scripting, anyone can learn this, but that would not be the right use case of the cell scripting. In the realistic world, these are the kind of projects we have to create. And if you notice that till date, I've created a lot of projects, different example use cases cover in this training with the real examples. Okay, so that's also one thing we can do. Okay, so like this, but otherwise there's a lot of that would be many more keywords in the world of cell scripting to be discussed. Okay, but today, guys, I want to take a quick conclusion of the class. Okay, I just want to give you a different angle, two or three interesting projects we have created here, a small task, I can say, use case we created here. So whatever skills you have already in the cell scripting, apply those skills, create one interesting script, make everything automated. Okay, and do this part. Tomorrow also we have a class. Tomorrow I will talk exclusive on the cell scripting, some internal keywords. So they have a lot of internal variables and keywords to do many things. So we'll talk about exclusively those concepts. Okay, but if you write in your resume somewhere that, hey, for cell scripting I have created a data masking tool, or I've done the ETL, I have to transfer data from here and there. Okay, that's kind of project if you write, it will give you a huge benefit in the terms of further recruitment, those who are looking for a job and something like this. So it always give an extra benefit. Okay, so that's all. That's it from my side. See you tomorrow with some more internal concepts of cell scripting. Uh, anything else, guys? If you want to know, you guys can ask. Yes, Feza, you can write. Okay, but don't be right. ETL is a big topic, especially come in data engineering. Okay, and they have a special tool like Hive or Spark and Hadoop and many things. But you can write, you can do data masking ETL with shell scripting. That would be very, very unique. mostly the world does not see in this angle, but we have seen and we are using it. So that way you can write that we have done the data masking and ETL operations by self scripting, by this kind of pipeline, the way we created. That makes sense, right? Any other queries if anyone has it? Anyone, any queries? No. So practice guess, guys. See you in the in the next class. Any book suggesting for admin, Linux admin self? No, I don't, Vedant, because I feel none of the books is kind of complete. I find a lot of bugs also. Uh, so what we're learning in this class is more than enough. If you look at self scripting, if you look at Linux admin, then if you are part of my RSCSA training over Red Hat, that is more than enough. So otherwise, you can find multiple blogs for particular topic. Okay, so that's it. And those who are part of my 7 days job program, we have some videos I asked you. I think is not yet shared, but we'll share maybe today. So complete those videos. Yes, Satyanan, you can put this project in resume. You should. You can. I don't have software background. Can I move? Yes, 100% DevOps, Ashutosh. 100%. DevOps is one of the platform that anyone can move very easily. But there we don't have so much coding. Okay, it is more about commands. So learning the command and doing things very quickly is very fast. And right now, DevOps is a huge market. So there's a time. So whenever you can see one part of technology has a huge market, that will be always the right time to take the decision. Otherwise, everything will be saturated, then you'll hard in getting the jobs. So the right time to move to DevOps, start working on it, start learning, and then obviously we are helping you guys in getting the DevOps jobs. So that's also some benefit you get it. So that's it, guys, from my side. See you tomorrow with more interesting discussion of self scripting. Bye. Take care.